everybody. Well, I want to take a second with you today to just talk about an exciting ministry that's going on here at Redeemer that we call community engagement. So some of us, I'm sure, have heard about community engagement. We know what it is. We're involved with community engagement ministries. Others of us may have forgotten what community engagement is all about, or others of us may not have ever heard about community engagement. So what is community engagement ministry really all about? Well, community engagement is really based upon Redeemer's mission statement of reaching people for Jesus, embracing them in a Christ-centered community, and nurturing them in God's Word to be faithful disciples. Community engagement started back in 2011 when we realized that there's a significant disconnect between Redeemer and the community around Redeemer, particularly those people that live in the 2-mile radius in Shenandoah, Scottingham, and Brighton Green, and the neighborhoods right around us. And so as a result of that disconnect, Redeemer said, well, let's do something about it, right? Let's build relational bridges with the people that live within the 2-mile radius. And so every month we put in place events and all kinds of other things that are going on to help us to build those relationships with our community, to help us to build and strengthen our relationships with the 2-mile radius. So what does community engagement really entail? Well, there are basically 4 aspects of community engagement. The first is events. Every month we have at least 1, maybe 2 events that are specifically targeting how do we build and strengthen the relationships with our community. So our Screen on the Green events, or our mobile ministry events, where we take our trailer out and have actually a mobile a party that we put up in cul-de-sacs in the community around us. Or things like a Great Goodie Grabber, the Easter Extravaganza, or lots of those kinds of events that we have every month that are specifically directed to building and strengthening those relationships with the people around us. The second aspect of community engagement is networks. We recognize that already in our community there are existing networks of community organizations that are working as well to build and strengthen relationships, right? So homeowners associations and parent-teacher associations and all kinds of other networks that exist in our community to build and strengthen those relationships, to serve community folks and to help our community be healthy and strong. So we recognize that the second part of community engagement is really partnering with those existing organizations so that we're not reinventing the wheel or fighting against each other, but that we're actually coming together and working together as a community to serve and support those people that live in the 2-mile radius. So the third aspect of community engagement is service. Every year we have Hearts of Service Day, and we have other opportunities throughout the year where we serve people that live directly in the 2-mile radius. And the information for those service opportunities comes from those networks, comes from those events, comes from the relationships that we've been establishing, where people come to us and they talk to us about needs that are actually going on in our community. And so in response to those needs, we put together teams and tasks so that we can serve people in our community directly, hand-to-hand, face-to-face, relationship to relationship. And then the fourth aspect of community engagement is not something that we've started up much yet, but it's going to be coming over the next couple of years, something that we call hotspots. And hotspots recognize that there are people that we are engaging with in our community who have real faith questions. They've got questions about faith and about Jesus, about God, about the church, but they're not comfortable with coming to Redeemer. They're not comfortable with coming through the doors of Redeemer for a worship service or for a Bible study or whatever. But maybe they'd be comfortable in going to somebody's house and having some faith conversations, or going to Starbucks, or going to another place in our community to just gather together with a small group of people, 10, 12, 15 people, and having some directed faith conversations to talk about and to learn about and grow in their own faith. So hotspots is really that opportunity. You're going to be hearing much more about hotspots in the next couple of years. So if you'd like to hear more about community engagement, or if you'd like to volunteer for some community engagement events, or if you've just got some creative ideas that you'd like to share, please talk to Becky Wade. She'd love to talk to you and share with you her excitement, her enthusiasm for what community engagement ministry is really all about. Thanks very much. Look forward to talking to you soon. Bye-bye.